Alright, truck is in the shop. I'm gonna work on putting these panels in. Sorry for the grain dryer, it's kind of loud, but this side is the worst, so I'm gonna start with this side. Probably gonna cut about right here, and then I'm gonna go up. Not like that, so yeah. I don't really want to cut out like the full square of the patch panel because I'm going to repaint it, so I kind of just want to paint this area. That way it kind of looks better. It's not like this weird square of different colored paint. So, I don't know. I'm going to start with that, figure out what I want to do, and then go from there. So I'll cut the fender out where I wanted it to be cut out. I tried to get it on camera, but it didn't really work out. But I cut all this inner fender out here where all the foam goes, so that's all cut out. It does support the bed a little bit, but it's mainly these struts. I gotta put the front one back in, so it's a little floppy there, but now I'm gonna lay that cover piece over the top and see where I gotta cut that. Well, I got it on, but pop riveted. Got a little gap all along this, but pretty much just looks like a big fender flare. I don't know, it's not terrible, but there's just all the little creases. I don't know, it's not the worst, but it definitely could be better. I don't know, I'm not a bodywork guy, so this is not my thing. Both sides are on now. Pretty nice. Had to cut out pretty much the complete inner fender here, but turned out pretty good. Got a Bondo this ridge out and make the curves all flow together, and then I can paint it up. But had to put a couple pieces in here for the gaps. This one had a large gap because these are a pain to fit, so that'll get filled in, so I'm not too worried about that. But it's actually pretty strong, doesn't really flex much. But this is the first one that I did. I had to adjust it a lot. I ended up rotating it this way and up a little bit, so had to re-drill all of the holes. Added a couple more. But also cut fender out, and once again I had to add these little plates. But yeah, I put the front struts in, so that's held. New mirrors are on. I've driven around with them, and they vibrate a lot, so I need to figure out. They shake so bad. But I don't know. I'll see if I can maybe try to fix it, but I don't know. That's how far I've gotten on this so far. Got Bondo work done. Got it all filled in. Just got some filler in it too, or glazing putty. On the other side, this side I've been working on sanding with the rotary sander, running a 220 grit, so it's gotten it nice and smooth, and it's gotten a lot of deep scratches out of the metal too. Still got these scratches, but yeah, so gotta finish that, and then I gotta apply some primer and wait for that to dry and get her painted up.
Back in the paint booth, got the area masked off. I don't want the primer to go past the tape. I don't really care how square it is, but I just gotta primer this using Rust-Oleum automotive primer. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. It's kind of trial and error, but it's a little bit cold out, so it's gonna take a little bit longer to dry. But well, I got her all painted now. The red came out a little bit orangish, but I don't know, it might be better once I put that clear coat on, but you can definitely tell it's a different color. Where the seam was here, I added another rivet and I replaced this one. So those two stand out. The rest of them kind of don't, but it's not terrible. Took off the 4x4 sticker and still make out the little letters. But, I don't know. This side was a little bit weird. I had a little spot here that's lower than the rest. I don't know if you might be able to see it, but yeah, it's like smooth and then it gets rough towards the back. But I don't know. It looks better than it did, but it'd be nice if it would match the actual red, but I don't know. Not much I can do about it, so I'll clear coat it and then probably just leave it. So truck bed's pretty much done. I clear coated it. I had to do it a couple times because I'm not the greatest at painting, so it had some runs and it had some areas that just needed to get redone to get it all kind of the same. I need to figure out how to get it like to be clear, because it's like it's not clear, it's like fog. Like you can see my reflection almost perfectly on here, but not on here, so I need to figure out what to do about that. But both sides are done. The viewer that sent me the wrap, this is part of the wrap because I actually went to try putting it on, but the stuff, that application fluid, it took off the clear coat, took off the paint all the way down to the primer. This is the biggest area. It went like all this. It just took it all that paint off, so yeah, that's not fun. So that's one reason why I had to redo it all, just to get that back. I ruined the wrap in the process, so I figured I'd just cut the power stroke out and just put it there, still use it, but I'll figure out something to do here because it looks boring, but this side looks the best. It's definitely not perfect, but it'll do. It's definitely an off orange in the sunlight. When you're in the shade, you don't really notice it, but you can definitely tell that there's a different color there. So, yeah, that's about all. I don't think there's anything else that I've done. But looking at getting a set of winter tires, because I don't want to run these wides on snow, so I need to figure out, find a new set of used set on Marketplace that just stocks, but I don't know. So far it's been pretty nice. I haven't had many problems. I put a mud flap here to cover that hole that I cut out because I didn't want water going through here. So yeah, I redid the front lift, so now, I don't know if you can see it, oh, there we go. It's sitting on leaf springs. They're about 3/4 of an inch thick. It's running about 3 1/4 inches of a lift in the front. So it was 2.5. I just had square tubing in there, and that was kind of sketchy. So I built those and put those in, and that kind of lifted the truck up another 1/2 inch in the front, and looks a little better now. But otherwise, that's about all. I need to get that rear bumper painted. So I don't know. It's kind of not much more to do. Been looking for a new bed, and there's some cheap ones on, but I just ain't got the money to get one. So I don't know. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's kind of boring, whatever, but stay tuned for more. I don't know what else there is to show, but yeah, I guess stay tuned for more.